We are going to discuss Solana in this episode. Is it able to recreate Ethereum's surge above $1,000, almost 7 to 8 times higher than it's only a matter of time until we examine the most recent and exciting news on XRP and Ripple, followed by Bitcoin? Alright, everybody, let's jump right into this Bitcoin 50. 9,380, it's up 1.43% over the last 24 hours, while Ethereum is now down 0.6% at 267. USDT and USDC are both still fixed at dollar levels, while XRP is trading at a mean lean of 56 cents. Yes, it is correct. I see it as practically a 2x, albeit not too shabby. It appears like the 50s are what the new 30s adore. Proper market capitalization of cryptocurrencies, $2 billion. I have all the details in there, so when you visit our minting website, you may mint it without having to visit 3 or 4 other minting websites to find your NFTs. Everything is kept in one location. A little boy is attempting to make a comeback. He claims that the bull runners are approaching. Are you prepared? It's a bold but extremely true remark that we will soon encounter. When the ball runs around a corner, it does not necessarily start. It could begin tomorrow, 2 weeks from now, or at any time. That might occur this year. As the election draws near, it is possible that this month, but it comes with a lot of people believe that when the bull crosses, many people on Twitter are claiming that the markets are empty and Bitcoin will drop below $30,000. We were told this story at the beginning of the year, but then the price of Bitcoin reached record highs. Right now, I will tell you before I have it. Bull run is approaching, regardless of the election results or the person assuming office on January 20th. Institutions are better informed than we are. Institutions are aware of the situation. The reason you saw your Bitcoin ETF and will have Solana ETFs and XRP ETFs is because, in the background, we have already taken the first step toward obtaining an XRP ETF. With future contracts, the next stage after the futures is an ETF, which I anticipate will happen in 2025. All I'm looking for is anything that would set us up nicely for XRP's big move. You're already aware that this year is 75 cents. Next, my son, MCKL, appeared on NBC. He's coming along nicely and speaking, and I'm pleased with him. And talking about the prospects of cryptocurrency inside the United States needs to hear this. We won't play the full clip, so don't worry. Just the first part will play. From your perspective, what is the present state of the cryptocurrency market in the United States? Well, I think this is a very exciting moment for the cryptocurrency sector in the United States. I think we're living in a kind of bubble moment when a lot of exciting innovations are emerging, and I think that when the internet was first developed, a value transfer protocol was very lacking. I think cryptocurrencies fill that need. Going to expand the internet, and I believe that we're currently only beginning to identify which cryptocurrencies will actually have a significant influence. Which ones will fail, but this is an extremely exciting time to be involved in this. Tell me this is the outlook you see for innovation and global prosperity. Let's start with Bitcoin and move on to other cryptocurrencies. Yes, generally speaking, I am really hopeful. 2 or 3 years ago, I didn't envision any institutions adopting Bitcoin as we do now, for the first time. Use Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. Have you really seen Bitcoin ETFs? You see different politicians now, I guess. Around Bitcoin reserves, there has been a lot of really interesting discussion from the political arena and major institutions around cryptocurrencies, and as I previously stated, I believe they're only now realizing that this will be a very significant asset class in the future and that they want to be ready for that when it does develop into a significant asset class. I'm telling you, he's right for the future. Now, the United States will take the lead. In the crypto arena, appropriate restrictions will be implemented, just as they were in the past. All of the major players will enter the market, and all of these other nations will follow the U.S. lead. Policies on cryptocurrency and create their own after the U.S. arrives, which fly as soon as it starts. You'll notice that the other nations joined in swiftly. Recall that Solana can duplicate Ethereum's $1,000 run. This is it states that it is from CryptoMinute.com. A cryptocurrency analyst named Cow offered his upbeat predictions on August 12th. As you can see, Sana is mimicking this bull cycle in terms of his future vision. Both of these charts indicate Solana's current location. They appear more attractive than Ethereum. Comparing Solana's market movement with theirs at the time, the analyst reveals that Solana may be following a similar growth trajectory to Ethereum's past performance in its last cycle. If we're about at this point, that would be the next move up, which would mimic Ethereum right here, he says. Solana costs approximately $1,000. Look, I've covered Solana quite a bit. I love it or hate it on this channel. We're here to earn money, therefore, I don't care. Are going to be really wealthy from Solana. I made a Solana call. If it reaches 1,000, I fully believe it will buy in about 120 to achieve our goals. Give or take it 10 times, or, to be slightly more precise in the math, 9 times. I believe there's a real possibility we can go from $5,000 to $2,000 for the cost of the Solana, meaning that we would receive anywhere between 15 and 20x. Yes, you heard correctly. True enough, people, ETF is on the rise, and it's evident that the institutions are centered around Solana. I understand that they don't care if the network goes down. Look at Bitcoin. They genuinely transform it from a value transaction to a store of value, which is where the money is going. Look at Ethereum. They don't care either. To go, Dr. Propet claims that it will only be a matter of time until market participants fully push Bitcoin past its peak and into the price discovery zone, which is the $774,000 level we've been discussing, most likely following the elections. But as I've told you, this could happen at any time, so be ready. You plan to make money from your cryptocurrency investments. It doesn't matter to every single person if you own Bitcoin or Ethereum. Every one of your cryptocurrency holdings must have an exit strategy with a prearranged number in the setup for when you will begin to sell. You must determine whether will you sell 100% at a cent price or will scale as the price increases, selling 10% at $3 in exchange for XRP, 5% at 350, 5 more at 4, and 20 at 5. The move is going to hit hard and fast, so you have to sort this out now. Things will go quickly. And angry people, and if you're fumbling around trying to figure out an escape plan, you're in serious trouble. Elijah then writes this event out of history, if history is any guide. Bitcoin's next major breakout won't occur for another 35 to 40 days while it consolidates. Thus, he is searching in November and October. Period around the 2016 elections, it took you 170 days to break out. You had 168 days in 2020. We are 29 days away from 2024, and I can't stress this enough, the change is on the way. It works like this, people will always kick themselves in the hopes of buying something cheaper. I constantly wish you could have been admitted with a lesser rank. I emphasize the dollar expense because of this. Average, which is why I make a weekly purchase. Since anything occurs, now that we're in these chop ranges, the cost increases. I purchase, but if the cost drops later, I do it again. It balances out. If my price drops again, we'll talk again. At the lowest point, and we've since reached a new bottom level. I've been working with Quant. Since I've been purchasing Quant for a few months, I actually double up on my purchases if we examine where quantity is $62. What was the average dollar cost I started with? Was about 110, is currently under 80, and is set to drop into the 70s when Quant completes his next push-up. My dollar cost average approach will look amazing, and I will appear like a genius since I will profit handsomely from it. Indeed, it will rise once more and surpass its highest point.